Hello everyone, this is Al, Red Sox fan, coming to you from Al, Red Sox fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well. We are going to continue with our History Maker Baseball first look, our first series, Game 7, 1975 World Series, Cincinnati Reds versus the Boston Red Sox. Excuse me, and what a first look it has been. Every game has been exciting. Not a dull moment in this series. And we even had controversy in Game 3 as they did in real life. They missed a Denny Doyle home run in our controversy. How did we get here? Well, let me tell you quickly. Boston took the first two games of the World Series here at Friendly Fenway. Game 1, 5-4 to the Red Sox. Game 2, 6-5 to Boston. The Red Sox traveled back to Cincinnati Riverfront Stadium for 3. It looked like the Red Sox were going to go up 3-0 on a Denny Doyle homer that they missed and called incorrectly. The Reds would win that controversial game 3-2. Reds would win Game 4, 4-3. Boston came back. This has been our biggest deficit in a game-winning effort. Boston took Game 5 in Cincinnati before coming back to Fenway, 7-5. They rallied with 2 runs in the top of the ninth. But Cincinnati forced the Game 7 with a Game 6 victory, 4-3. So here we are, one of the greatest things in sports, Game 7. As I take a sip of tea. For the Reds, it will be Pete Rose at third. He'll lead off, followed by Joe Morgan playing second. Johnny Bench does the catching. Tony Perez, the cleanup hitter, at first. George Foster in left. Davey Concepcion playing short. In right field, Ken Griffey. Cesar Geronimo in center. Batting ninth, doing the pitching, Don Gullett. Don Gullett has flash till further notice. That was one of the dice rolls he had a few games back. For the Red Sox, Bernie Carbo gets his first start. It'll be in left field. He will lead off. Denny Doyle follows him at second base. Carl Yastrzemski's at first. The cleanup hitter Carlton Fisk does the catching. Rookie of the Year MVP in 1975, Fred Lynn is in center field. Rico Petrocelli plays third. Dwight Evans in right. The Rooster Rick Burleson at short. Batting ninth, doing the pitching, Spaceman Bill Lee. There are no weather effects. We rolled for it. The dice came up nada. The Red Sox, with a 1-game losing streak, had to roll a 1 to be fully dissident. Guess what they rolled? A 1. So they are fully... They're not happy. They're stressful about this Game 7. Then it should actually say the Red Sox rolled the stormy side, which they did. I should have gotten rid of this. So the Red Sox rolled stormy, 6, no effect. This we need to get rid of. Is it right here? Let's just get rid of that. That was last game. The Reds needed to roll a 1 to be fully harmonious. They rolled a 3. The decider died said they're up for this Game 7, so they're semi-harmonious. We already told you Don Gullett will have flash till further notice. They had a mild perk from the semi-harmonious state of being. Their backup shortstop, Cheney, is happy. That's nice, isn't it? Probably not even going to get into the game. So at Fenway, we have a luminaries building up here at the ballpark for Game 7 Sports Time Machine. Check out that wonderful channel. RJL Network had a wonderful inside pitch game between the Brewers and the Red Sox. I won't spoil it. Go check it out using Inside Pitch 1988, one of my favorite Red Sox seasons, Morgan Magic. Dwayne Martz is here. Check out his wonderful channel. So here we go. Bill Lee, the spaceman, is on the mound. Left-handed hurler. He has control. That's what he's known for. He throws slow, slow, and slowest. He'll try to spot the ball, maybe sneak a fastball by you. Don Gullett, semi-ace, semi-flash, but with the upgrade he had with the dice rolls, he has full flash till further notice, semi-control. Let's put that over here to copy, paste. Let's put that full flash. All right. Designated cold batter for the Reds, Johnny Bench. Designated hot batter, Pete Rose. I did that looking historically at what actually happened. Carl Yastrzemski is the designated hot batter for the Red Sox. Carlton Fisk, the cold batter for the Red Sox. So here we go. It'll be Pete Rose to lead things off as our good friend Robert from RJL Network says, Spaceman. Lee, the lefty, will deal to the switch-hitting Pete Rose. Rose batting right-handed. Game 7 starts now. 1-3-4 with a decider die to Pete Rose. 1-3-4. Catcher Gold. Fisk is neutral. Rose a champion. No, he is not a champion. Rose is going to hit it out to the outfield. We'll have some outfield drama to start Game 7. Watch the red and blue die in the middle. 36 with a decider die. 36. Left fielder stoic. Bernie Carbo is semi-stoic. The decider die says he's stoic. The ball, he will not be able to make the play. It is a single. So Carbo makes a dive for it. Cannot make the catch. Pete Rose hot hitting continues. So Rose singles. Reds looking to get on the board right away. Three four, is that a 3-4? It's a 3-6, excuse me. Yeah, it's a single. Next batter, we'll use the chemistry chart. So that's little Joe Morgan. Let's see what little Joe Morgan does here. On the chemistry chart, Rose at first. Morgan's going to swing the stick. We're not butting over anybody with little Joe Morgan. Lee looks to first. Now in at Fisk. The pitch to Morgan. 1-1-2 with no... so actually it's a 12. We should have rolled the middle die. 2 dice. 12 with no decider die. 12. Batting team dissidence. No. So, that's a hanging breaking pitch. He throws the Ephus pitch. Morgan gets a good look at it. He's going to crush this to the fence. What's going to go on here? Morgan is a semi-champion, semi-slugger. Decider die says no to everything. So Scrapper, no. Slugger, no. Home run king, no. We have to roll the die again, so we'll watch this black die here. And actually, okay. So the decider die is yes. Morgan is a slugger. That is a 1. He doubles. So a quick start for the Reds. Rose is a stoic runner. He'll hold up at third. It's a double for little Joe Morgan. Bill Lee not off to a good start. He hung that Ephus pitch. Yastrzemski rolling his eyes at first. Second and third. For the Reds, Johnny Bench comes to the plate. We will play for the out. The Red Sox will play for the out. They don't want to have a big inning here. Still early in this game, obviously. Lee has not recorded an out. The pitch to Johnny Bench, 2-3-6. Pick up some sticks. No decider die. 2-3-6. Double control for Lee, no. And he's not dynamic. Pitcher batting, no. That is a walk. Bill Lee is all over the place. The bases are juiced for the Reds. Cleanup batter Tony Perez steps to the plate. Fisk goes out to have a word. On the mound with Lee. 3 batters reach. That means Bill Lee is a semi-struggler. Yastrzemski on the mound. Petrocelli on the mound. The Rooster and Doyle just off the mound. The umpire comes to break up the conference. Everyone back to their positions. Perez digs in. The pitch to TP Tony Perez. Again, the Red Sox will play for 2. 5-5-6 with a decider die. 5-5-6. Oh boy. Lee is not an ace. Perez is not a sad sack. That is a double to right field. 2 runs will score, possibly more. 2-0 Cincinnati for the moment. Rose and Morgan score. Red Sox quickly get their bullpen up. Bench is a neutral runner, so let's put him here for now. Perez at second. Let's read what happens on that double. So that was a 5-5-6. Runners advance 2 bases on singles. Score on doubles. So that clears the bases. Bench scores also. 3-0 Cincinnati. Lee is in full struggle mode now. Foster will come to the plate. Darryl Johnson comes out to the mound. So Tony Perez with a double to left center. And everybody mambos around the base paths. 3-0 Cincinnati. Not a good start for Bill Lee. Foster digs in the right-hander's batter's box. The pitch to George Foster from the spaceman Bill Lee. Bill Lee desperately needs an out. 3-4-6. Pick up some sticks. 3-4-6. Is Foster eager? He is semi-eager. The decider die says no. That is a walk. Fenway is in full panic mode. Bill Lee has not retired a batter. Another free pass for Bill Lee. Red Sox bullpen frantically going. Roger Moret up in the pen. All hands on deck here. So Perez at second. Foster at first. Darryl Johnson on the top of the steps. Davey Concepcion steps to the plate. Lee to Concepcion. 1-4-5. No decider die. Lee is in full struggle mode right now. 1-4-5. He's struggling. That's a wild pitch. Second and third now. Perez to third. Foster to second. And Bill Lee will... Now the infield will move in. Infield in. Down 3-0. Concepcion back in the batter's box. The slow windup and the delivery from the spaceman Bill Lee. 1-2-4. He needs to close the door. 1-2-4. Does he have control? Bill Lee is a controlled pitcher. That is a ground ball to short. We had the infield in. So let's look at the infield in chart quite quickly. It's over here. Infield playing in. It is an out. The lead die is a 1. Runners on second and third. Runners hold on a lead die of 1. So there'll be 1 out. Still second and third. So Concepcion grounds out 6-3. Infield still plays in for Ken Griffey. Lefty-lefty matchup. The pitch to Griffey. 1-4-5. Lee bearing down. 1-4-5. And it's another wild pitch. No, I'm sorry, it is not, because he recorded an out. That takes away his struggler. So he's no longer struggling. That's going to be a ground ball to first. Second and third still. Let's see if there's a different scenario for an out. No, there isn't. So again, the runners hold. Yastrzemski looked the runners back and quickly tags the bag. There are 2 down for Cesar Geronimo. So that's a ground out to Yaz. 2 outs. Geronimo comes up. Maybe we pitch to Gullett. But do you walk the bases loaded? I think not. I think not. Infield goes back to normal depth. Do we walk Geronimo? He's a scrapper whiffer. We're going to pitch to Geronimo. Lefty-lefty matchup. Lee with the high leg kick. The delivery to Cesar Geronimo. 3-0 Reds. They're trying to add to it. Second and third, 2 outs. Top of the first. Game 7. 1-2-4. 1-2-4. He has control. Ground ball to Burleson. Over to Yastrzemski. Side retired. So Lee comes back strong, but he gives up 3 runs. 3-0 Cincinnati. Gullett will lead off the top of the second. Excellent start for the Cincinnati Reds. Boston needs to get some offense now, and they'll have to face a very confident Don Gullett. For the Red Sox coming up, Carbo, Doyle, Yastrzemski. Bernie Carbo, lefty-lefty matchup. Remember, Don Gullett, semi-ace, full flash due to a trait roll, and semi-control. Carbo, slugger, patient, semi-whiffer. Here's the pitch to Bernie Carbo, trying to get the Red Sox started in the bottom of the first. 1-2-6 with a decider die. 1-2-6. Line shot right at Little Joe Morgan, the second baseman for the Reds. The pitcher is definitely fresh. So Carbo hits it on the screws, but lines out to Little Joe at second. 1 out for the Red Sox. Now bring up Denny Doyle. And there's still controversy from Game 3. A Doyle home run that might have won the Red Sox the game was called incorrect. It was a fair ball. The replay clearly showed it. Joining us at the ballpark, Bernard Strom, who I have to get in touch with. David Solinsky, Cutter Historical. Check out that wonderful channel. RJL Network. Check out his wonderful channel. Cleve Baseball Fan 878 for Stratomatic Card and Dice Baseball and the McCormick replay for the San Francisco Giants. The Goat Whisperers here. D. Scott Howard. Sports Time Machine. Check out his wonderful channel. And he just said, I'm just reading it now, Pro Wrestling Def. Jay Briscoe. Tough night for us pro wrestling pugilists. Game was 38. Both his kids are in critical... What happened? Did he get into a car crash? Oh my lord, one of the current Briscoe brothers, and both of his kids are in critical... That's horrible. Very sad news. Dwayne Martz is here. Please check out his channel. Very sad news there. Ouch. That's very sad. 1 out for the Red Sox. Prayers and thoughts go out to the family. And I guess Jay has passed on from what our good friend Sports Time Machine says. Car crash in Delaware. Wow. That's sad. All right. Moment is silent for Jay Briscoe. God rest his soul. Back to the ball game. Here's the pitch to Denny Doyle. 1-6-6. Pick up some sticks. 1-6-6. Gullett is neither a workman or gilded. Is Doyle a whiffer? Doyle is not a whiffer. It's going to be a ground out to Pete Rose at third. Nice play by Charlie Hustle. Scoring at home 5-3. The next batter will go off the red chart, which is the experience chart for Carl Yastrzemski, and he's an icon, meaning he has experience. Gullett is a semi-icon. So let's go to the experience chart. Yaz trying to keep this inning alive after the Red Sox gave up 3 runs in the first. Watch the red-blue die in the middle. 24 with no decider die. 24, icon batter, singles just inside the baseline into right field. So Yastrzemski, with a beautiful piece of hitting, keeps the inning alive with a single. Now I'll bring up Carlton Fisk, the designated cold batter. If anything, it makes Gullett throw a few more pitches. The pitch to Pudge, 1-1-6. No decider die. 1-1-6. Pick up some sticks. That will be a strikeout on the breaking pitch on the 1-1-6. Gullett is fresh. So the Red Sox get a single, but no more. We go to the top of the second, 3-0 Cincinnati. Due up for the Reds, Gullett, then the top of the order, Rose and Morgan. Lynn will lead off things for the Red Sox in the bottom of the second. Bill Lee back up on the bump with a very, very short leash. Will pitch to Don Gullett, his counterpart. Gullett, a right-handed stick, though he pitches lefty. 1-2-6 with no decider die. 1-2-6. Line shot right at Denny Doyle. So 1 down. That's a line out to Doyle. As Lee is fresh for 4 innings unless predicament changes it, so he's still fresh. He's not fooling anything with his off-speed pitches. He's not placing the ball well at all. Top of the order now for Cincinnati, Pete Rose. Rose singled and scored in his first plate appearance. Lee's ready to work. The pitch to Charlie Hustle. 3-4-4. No decider die. 3-4-4. Rose a prospect. No, Rose is an icon. Rose patient. Rose is not patient. Rose pops it up right side. Denny Doyle calls for it. 2 down. This is what the Red Sox and Bill Lee need. A 1-2-3 inning. They need some goose eggs now. 2 outs, base is empty for little Joe Morgan. Morgan also scored in the first after doubling in his plate appearance. Lefty-lefty matchup. Fisk sets the target. The pitch to little Joe Morgan. 1-2-6. No decider die. Breaking pitch. Slower and slowest from Bill Lee on the 1-2-6. Line shot right at Denny Doyle. As once again, Bill Lee is fresh. Doyle, a busy beaver. He records all 3 putouts. The Red Sox get the goose egg, and now the bats have to go to work in the bottom of the second. Game 7, series tied at 3. The Reds lead 3-0. We go to the bottom of the second. Due up for the Red Sox, Lynn, Petrocelli, Dwight Evans. If anyone gets on the rooster, Rick Burleson. Don Gullett back up on the bump with a 3-run lead. Gullett is ready to work. The pitch to Freddie Lynn. 2s across the board with a decider die. 2-2-2, how do you do? Sad sack. Freddie Lynn is no such thing. That's going to be a double to center over the head of Cesar Geronimo. with 3 stars. So let's check that out. 3 stars. That means something. Home Run King hits a homer. The decider die. So Fred Lynn is not a home run king. He's a hero, semi-champion, slugger, semi-whiffer. It is a double for Freddie Lynn as it clanks off the wall. He just missed a homer by half a foot, but the Red Sox will take that. They need base runners. Freddie Lynn trying to rev up his team, now standing at second base. Rabid Wolverine, how you doing? I'm doing okay. Sad news in the world of wrestling. Unfortunately, Jay Briscoe passed and his kids are in critical condition. He says, love the setup. Thank you very much, Rabid Wolverine. So Lynn doubles. Rico Petrocelli comes to the plate. The pitch to Petrocelli from Don Gullett. 3-5-6 with the decider die to Rico Petrocelli. Gullett is a left-handed hurler, so he does not get the strikeout. Petrocelli is semi-utility. The decider die says he's a utility. That's a ground out to short. Lynn holds at second, so Petrocelli grounds out 6-3 to Davey Concepcion. 1 out. Let's put this over here. Lynn's at second. Dwight Evans steps to the plate. Bench goes through the signs. The left-handed hurler Gauntlet is ready. The pitch to Dewey. Evans, 3-5-5, no decider die. 3-5-5. 3-5-5. Gullett is not struggling or gilded. Is Evans a champion? Evans is not a champion. He will ground out to second unless he's a whiffer. He's a semi-whiffer. The decider die says no, so it's a ground out to Morgan. Advancing to third is Lynn. So after the double, 2 ground ball outs, it'll be up to the Rooster, Rick Burleson, to try to put the Red Sox on the board. Fred Lynn stands at third, but there are 2 outs now. Will Burleson Crow. Gullett takes a deep breath. He rocks and deals to Burleson. 3-6-6 with no decider die. 3-6-6. Fly ball center field. There's nothing for the pitcher. Burleson's not a pinch hitter. That's a fly ball to Cesar Geronimo. Stranding Freddie Lynn at third. So after the leadoff double, the Red Sox can do no more. We go to the top of the third. 3-0 Cincinnati. Game 7 of our 1975 World Series. Probably have a pinch. Might have a pinch hitter for Bill Lee. I don't know yet. Oh no, Cincinnati's up. Gotta move that over here. For the Reds, it will be bench Perez and Foster to face Bill Lee. Bill Lee had that horrific first inning. Could that first inning be enough for the Cincinnati Reds to claim the World Series in 1975? The pitch to Johnny Bench. 2-4-4 with the decider die. 2-4-4. Lee is not an ace. Is Bench a champion? He is not a champion. That's a possible ground out to Burleson. Is he a whiffer? He's a semi-whiffer. The decider die says you are a whiffer. Swing and a miss on the breaking pitch. So Bill Lee has really settled down. That's a K. 1 out. Tony Perez comes to the plate. Perez cleared the bases with a double, knocking in 3 runs. Thus, the Reds' 3-0 lead. Lee goes back to the eephus pitch to the chagrin and dismay of first baseman Carl Yastrzemski. 1-3-3 with a decider die. 1-3-3. Oh, Nelly. Oh, Nelly. Is Tony Perez a slugger? Yes, he is. Yastrzemski is screaming at Bill Lee. Tony Perez jacks it out over the monster onto Lansdale Street. That is a home run for Perez. 4-0 Reds. Perez has knocked in all 4 runs. 3 on a bases clearing double. Now a solo homer. Bill Lee hangs his head in shame as he mutters curse words to himself. Well, you can sure hear Yastrzemski cursing at Bill Lee from first base. 4-0 Cincinnati. Roger Moret is ready. 1 out. Foster at the plate. Lee to Foster. 1-5-5 with a decider die. 1-5-5. Unfreaking believable. Is Foster a home run king? He's a semi-home run king. The decider's die says bippity boppity boom to the moon. Foster hits it even farther than Tony Perez. It is 5-0 Cincinnati. To the moon, Alice, to the moon. And that is it for the spaceman, Bill Lee. Holy cow, the dice gods are quite loving to the Reds tonight, or angry towards the Red Sox. Back-to-back jacks. Bill Lee is done. He has given up 5 runs. A horrific start for Bill Lee here in Game 7. They're going to go with Roger Moret now. So Bill Lee was god-awful. I know I keep saying it because he was god-awful. Moret will face Concepcion. Wow. So Roger Moret will come in the game. Let's get his card. Bill Lee went. He's responsible. Well, no, the bases are empty because of the 2 home runs. Lee went 2 1/3 absolutely dreadful innings. The second was good, obviously the 1-2-3 inning, but wow. Moret enters in the 3rd. Bill Lee throws his glove at the dugout wall and heads to the back in disgust. Let's get Mr. Roger Moret. 5-0 Reds. And here comes Roger Moret. Moret, Willoughby, Burton, Reggie, Cleveland. Yeah, we'll go with Moret. Roger Moret. Semi-star, semi-flash. Moret, I think, in 75 won 14 games for the Red Sox. I think it was either 14 or 12. He actually pitched really well. Though he would go catatonic. Am I correct with that? Paste. Paste. Are we going to go double switch here? No, we're not going to go double switch, obviously. Copy. Paste. Cut that. So Moret goes here. Not taking Burleson out of the game. And Moret goes here. Moret done with his warm-up tosses. He'll face Concepcion. The pitch to Davey Concepcion from the left-handed hurler, Roger Moret. 1-1-4. Moret is definitely fresh. Ground out to Burleson. Second out here in a horrific top of the 3rd in which Bill Lee gave up back-to-back jacks. Perez and Foster both go over the Green Monster. Perez went deep, deep, deep. Foster went mega deep. 2 down now. Lefty-lefty matchup. Ken Griffey steps to the plate. Left-hand batting, right fielder. The pitch to Griffey from Roger Moret. 1-3-4. 1-3-4. Is the catcher Gold? No, he's neutral. Griffey a champion. He's a semi-champion. The decider die says no. That ball is hit into the outfield. We have some outfield drama. Had he been a champion, it would have been a single. Outfield drama. Can the Red Sox record the third out and keep it at a 5-run deficit? Watch the red-blue die in the middle. 23 with a decider die. 23. Center fielder iron. No, he is not iron. Lynn is semi-gold. He makes the catch quite easily coming in. Side is retired. Concepcion flies out to center. Griffey flies out to center. Concepcion grounded to Burleson. So Roger Moret does his J-O-B. But the 2 homers from Perez and Foster now give the Reds a 5-0 lead. We go to the bottom of the third, Game 7 of the 75 World Series. Gullett is licking his chops. But there's still a lot of game to play here at Fenway Park. At least that's what the Red Sox fans are telling themselves. For Boston, it will be... do we pinch hit for Roger Moret? Do we pinch hit for Moret with Beniquez? And then we would go to Jim Willoughby. We're not going to use Rick Miller there. Bob Montgomery. We're going to pinch hit with Bob Montgomery. Bob Montgomery will pinch hit for Moret. Moret's day's done. It will be Jim Willoughby coming into the game. So Moret steadied a very rocky ship for the moment. Red Sox still down 5-0. So let's get Mr. Bob Montgomery, the man who did not wear a baseball helmet when batting. Let's get Bobby Montgomery. Let's see. Utility, scrapper, eager, whiffer. Let's look at Moret. Sad sack, utility, scrapper, eager, whiffer. We're not getting much difference there. We're really not getting much difference. I'm almost tempted to let Moret bat. Because then we have lefties coming up. Griffey made the last out there. It's going to be Geronimo, Gullett, who's a righty, but then you have Switchert or Morgan lefty, right? Beniquez would be the better option here. We're going to go with Juan Beniquez. So Juan Beniquez will pinch hit. And now we'll find Jim Willoughby. We found him. 5-0 Cincinnati. Red Sox need, obviously, to mount a comeback. So Willoughby here. And then we'll just leave Willoughby for there. Beniquez to pinch hit. Bench has a word with Gullett. Gullett is ready. Beniquez is ready. Highlight Heyday is ready. Check out that wonderful channel. The pitch to Juan Beniquez. Red Sox down 5. Bottom of the third. Game 7 of the 75 World Series. 1-4-5 to Juan Beniquez. With no decider die. 1-4-5. Gullett is not struggling. It's going to be a ground ball to third for out number 1. Rose throws to Perez. And there's one down. So that was Beniquez. grounds out 5-3. Let's just write that down. That was in the third. All right, so top of the order, Bernie Carbo. Carbo lined out to Morgan, 0 for 1. Gullett to Carbo, 5-6-6 with no decider die. 5-6-6. Gullett not wild. Carbo, does he have a good eye? Carbo does not have a good eye. Swing and a miss. So Carbo strikes out. 2 down. We go to the blue chart for Denny Doyle, which is the right now chart. So Gullett has dominated the Boston Red Sox here in Game 7. The pitch, watch the red-blue die in the middle. 45, no decider die. 45, cold batter. Cold batter. Denny Doyle in his last at-bat grounded out, so it's not a strikeout. He's not a cold batter. He's going to ground out to first. Side retired. Perez unassisted. Gullett tossing a gem. We go to the top of the fourth. 5-0 Cincinnati. I think Yastrzemski has the only hit. Oh, no, Lynn doubled. Those are the only 2 hits. Lynn and Yastrzemski. Willoughby is the pitcher. The youngster Jim Willoughby. Semi-star, semi-flash, semi-control. Obviously, he'll be fresh for this first inning. For the Reds, it'll be Geronimo, Gullett, and Rose in the top of the fourth. They have a 5-0 lead. Cesar Geronimo, 0 for 1. The pitch to Geronimo from Willoughby. 1-1-6. Pick up some sticks. No decider die. Usually the ones, most of the time, favor the pitcher, but not necessarily. 1-1-6. It does this time. He is definitely fresh. Willoughby blows it by Geronimo. That's a strikeout for Mr. Willoughby, and we should mark him down before we get too far and lose track of who the hell's pitching. Jim Willoughby. So Willoughby registers a K against his first batter. And he enters in the fourth. Willoughby will face his counterpart, Don Gullett. The pitch to Gullett. 3s across the board. No decider die to Don Gullett from Jim Willoughby. 3-3-3. What will it be? Oh, my Lord. Nothing for the pitcher. But we're going to luck out here. Gullett is utility. He's going to pop it up. Foul territory. Yastrzemski calls for it. 2 down. Two outs. Base is empty. Top of the order, Pete Rose. Rose has singled and scored and popped out to Denny Doyle. The pitch to Charlie Hustle, switch hitter batting lefty against the right-handed hurling Jim Willoughby. 3-3-4 with a decider die. 3-3-4. Is Willoughby an ace or star? He's a semi-star. The decider die says he's a star. He jams Rose, who pops it up, and there's Yastrzemski once again calling for it. The side is retired. We go to the bottom of the fourth. 5-0 Cincinnati. Morgan to lead off the top of the fifth. Gullett will face Yastrzemski, Fisk, Lynn. If anyone gets on, Rico Petrocelli. Gullett with a 5-run lead. Michael, how you doing? Canestrari. Michael Canestrari. I'm a Paisan. I should get that name right. So, Michael's doing a wonderful 1967 replay. And you can check his stuff out on the Play Games Facebook group page, community Facebook group page, and also on Dave Little's Facebook group page, Sports Replays. Good stuff by Michael. All right, Red Sox need to mount a comeback here. The pitch to Yaz from Gullett. 4-5-6, pick up some sticks with a decider die. 4-5-6. Is Yastrzemski patient? He's semi-patient. The decider die says he's patient. He does what the Red Sox desperately need. Gets on base with a walk. So Yaz, 1 for 1, as he singled in his first plate appearance, and now he walks. Yastrzemski has been on base twice. Yaz at first. Here comes the cold batter, Carlton Fisk. Reds playing for 2 in the infield. The pitch to Pudge from Don Gullett. 2-3-5. So that will not be a double play no matter what. 2-3-5. Is Gullett wild? No. Fisk eager? No. Ground out second base with a sandglass clock. What does that mean? 2-3-5. Sandglass clock. Patient batter draws a walk. But he's not patient. So there's a runner at first. It's a ground out to second. Let's see what happens here. Lead die is a 2. It's a fielder's choice. Runner on first. Fielder's choice out at second. So Yastrzemski's gone. He's forced out 4-6. Fisk to first. 1 out for Freddie Lynn, who doubled. So Yaz is out. Fielder's choice for Fisk. 4-6. The pitch to Freddie Lynn from Don Gullett. Lefty-lefty matchup. 4-5-6 with no decider die. Let's see what Freddie Lynn can do here. 4-5-6. Oh, most likely. Is Freddie Lynn patient? No, he is not. There's nothing for the pitcher. That's going to be a fly out to center, and Cesar Geronimo. Petrocelli will go off the chemistry chart next. Things not looking good for our beloved Red Sox. Fisk still at first. Petrocelli now rolls on the purple chart, which is chemistry chart. The Red Sox are semi-dissident. Watch the red-blue die in the middle. 55 with a decider die. 55 pitching team dissidents. No. It's going to be a pop-up, foul territory. Bench throws the mask aside, waits for it to come down, squeezes it, and the Red Sox are retired. The leadoff walk does not hurt. So that is a pop-out to bench. We go to the top of the 5th. 5-0 Reds. Gullett is pitching a gem. Evans to lead off the bottom of the 5th for Boston. Willoughby back up on the bump. Will definitely get pinch hit for in the bottom of the 5th. Willoughby will face Morgan, Bench, and Perez here in the top of the 5th. The pitch to Little Joe Morgan from Willoughby. 3-4-5 with the decider die. 3-4-5 to Little Joe Morgan. 3-4-5. Catcher iron, no. Morgan have a good eye, no. Swing and a miss. So Willoughby gets his second K, striking out Morgan. 1 out. The next batter for the Reds will go off the right now chart. And that's going to be the designated cold batter, Johnny Bench. Usually that does not bode well for a cold batter to go on the right now chart. Here's the pitch from Willoughby to Bench. 2-5. Sorry, I should have rolled the middle stuff, but just 6-5. Red blue die, decider die is yes. So 5-6. Pitcher hot. Is the pitcher hot? Yes! He is hot. He struck out his last batter. That's the way I play it. It's going to be a fly ball to shallow center. Freddie Lynn comes in and makes the catch. Had he not been hot, had he not struck out Morgan, it would have been outfield drama. But Freddie Lynn comes racing in. He makes a nice catch. 2 down. Tony Perez comes to the plate. He has driven in 4 out of the 5 runs. Bases clearing double in the first when the bases were loaded. Then he homered in the third, followed by a Foster homer. So the Reds went back-to-back jacks in the third. The pitch to Perez. 5s across the board with no decider die from Willoughby. Oh, Nelly. So it's 5-5-5. The Red Sox are seeing 5s. Son of a gun. Son of a gun. Let's see here. No decider die. Is Willoughby an ace or a star? Well, he's a semi-star. The decider die says no. Perez is not a scrapper. Perez. Booyah! That ball is high. That ball is deep. And it is out on Lansdowne Street once again. Perez takes it over the Green Monster. Well out of Fenway. Bye-bye, birdie. Boom goes the ball. Tony Perez touches them all once again. To the moon, Alice. To the moon. You can hear a pin drop. Yeah, semi-dissident. I just say they're not happy. Or dissonance. They're pissed. They did not have confidence, the Cubs, the Bears, and boy is it showing. So Tony Perez, good God almighty, he really did not hit well in the World Series in reality. I wish that would be the truth here. But Perez picks up his 2nd homer, 3rd hit, 5th ribby. Another solo shot for Tony Perez. Red Sox fans starting to think that the curse is real. That makes it 6-0 Cincinnati. This is the first blowout. Though the Reds did have a lead in Game 1, I think. Dwayne March, darn, Tony is a Red Sox killer tonight. A one-man wrecking crew. So Perez homers, still 1 out. The pitch to Foster, 2-3-6. 2-3-6. Willoughby does not have double control, and he's not dynamic. Pitcher's not batting. That's a walk. Foster to first on the free pass. Michael says, know that feeling of giving up home runs, LOL. David Selinsky, ouch, 6-0. Ouch, it's a triple ouch. Willoughby got the first 2 outs, and he gives up a homer to Perez, a walk to Foster. He's on a very, very short leash. I just don't feel like changing pitchers right now. Here's the pitch to Davey Concepcion. 3-5-6, no decider die, pick up some sticks. 3-5-6. Are they the same? Are they the same? Concepcion's a righty batter. Willoughby's a righty pitcher. He strikes out Concepcion. The Reds get 1 more on the Tony Perez blast. We go to the bottom of the 5th, 6-0 Cincinnati. It's a laugher so far here in Game 7 at Fenway, but the Red Sox still have hope. They still have outs to go. For Boston, it's going to be Evans Burleson, a pinch hitter for Willoughby. So Concepcion makes the last out. Griffey leads off for the top of the 6th. Gullett, because he's pitched 4 innings, though he has not given up. Let me just look up something very quickly. He should be semi-fresh now, but in my eyes, he's throwing a shutout. Let's see something very quick here. First pitcher quality, fresh, but semi-fresh. Next 3 innings after. Well, I mean, I think there's an advanced rule that I want to say he should stay fresh. The Cubs, the Bears says, always wondered why you would want to hear a pin drop. I don't know. I wouldn't want to hear a pin drop. That means things are bad. If you're the home team, bad. Bernard Strom with a sticker thing. Thank you very much. You don't have to do that, my friend. Greatly appreciate it, though. Thank you. I appreciate that super sticker, super chat. Thank you very much, Bernard Strom. As he says he wants to change the Red Sox luck. I hope it does. So I'm going to make an executive decision here because I think he's still fresh. He's going to still be, I'm going to go with my gut feeling. Gullett will be fresh until he gives up a run. That's what he is in the zone. So Gullett, and I'll check the advanced rule out later, but I saw something about that. He's pitching so well. So I'm not going to say he's semi-fresh. He's fresh until he gives up a run. Then we'll go to semi-fresh. As he's now pitching in the fifth. Gullett to Evans. Red Sox need base runners. They got to get one run back at a time. 3-5-6. Pick up some sticks. 3-5-6. Gullett to Evans. They're not the same. Gullett's a lefty. Evans is a right-handed batter. Is Evans utility or sad sack? No. So that's a single past the dive of Rose into left field. All right. Maybe Bernard Strom's donation has changed the Red Sox luck. That's only the third hit given up by Gullett. So Evans at first. That'll bring up the rooster, Rick Burleson. Crowd on its feet, trying to pull the Red Sox back into this game. Gullett looks for the double play ball off the bat of Burleson. Burleson, 0 for 1, flew out to Geronimo in center. The pitch to the rooster. 1-4-5, no decider die. If it's an out on the ground, it's a double play. It's a lead 1. 1-4-5, no pitcher not struggling. There's your double play ball. That ball is hit to Rose, over to Morgan, on to Perez. 5-4-3, just what the doctor for the Red Sox did not order. 5-4-3. That is a double play. 2 outs here in the bottom of the fifth. Willoughby will not bat. We will now go to good God Almighty. I'm going to go. We used Beniquez already. So we've used Beniquez. Let's just put him down here. Lefty. Cooper's been awful, and he was awful in the World Series in reality. But I think Cooper's got a better chance of getting on. There's 2 outs, though. You know what? We'll go with Bob Montgomery. We'll go with Bobby Montgomery. So Bob Montgomery will pinch hit. With 2 outs, he'll try to get it to the top of the order in Bernie Carbo. And the next pitcher will be Jim Burton. Let's find Jim Burton. Where are you, Mr. Burton? Oh, I see him. He actually lost the game in Game 7. In reality, in the 9th. It was a 3-3 game. 3-3, and they lost 4-3. All right, so Burton will come in. Montgomery will pinch hit. Cut that. All right, so Bob Montgomery, who did not wear a batting helmet. Monty. Montgomery pinch hits in the 5th. On deck is Carbo. Red Sox desperately need base runners. They're down 6-0. Time getting short for the Red Sox. The pitch to Monty. 1-3-4 with a decider die. 1-3-4. Catcher Gold. Bench is semi-gold. The decider die says gold. That is a strikeout, but there's an I here. So either way, it's an out because that would be a ground out. Yeah. Does Montgomery have a good eye? No. He strikes out. Side is retired. Gullett has been unstoppable in this game. We are through 5 here at Fenway, 6-0. As we go to the top of the 6th. This is resembling more like Game 7 of 1967 Red Sox Cardinals. Red Sox fans just deadly silent. You can hear the Reds in the dugout laughing and enjoying themselves. Sparky Anderson knows the deal is not done. They have been here before to the World Series and not won. So Jim Burton will come in to pitch. Burton is a lefty. He's a star, semi-flash, semi-control. He's a prospect. Burton will face Griffey, Geronimo, and Gullett. Griffey 0 for 2, a ground out and a flyout. The pitch to Ken Griffey from the youngster Jim Burton. 5-6-6 with a decider die. 5-6-6. Burton is not wild. Griffey, good eye. No, that's a strikeout. Burton just mows down Griffey. 1 down. Next batter will go off the right now, the blue chart, and that's Cesar Geronimo. So let's go to the right now chart. Watch the red-blue die in the middle. 66. You get your kicks on Route 66. No decider die. Hot batter. Did he get a hit? No, he did not in his last, so he's neutral. It would have been a homer. It would have been a homer had he been a hot batter. That's a long drive to center field. Oh, boy. We have to go to the fence. You can't get robbed in center field at Fenway. So let's see what that. So now we go to the fence. That's a mini chart, which is kind of cool. I really do like this game. I don't play it very fast, but I do enjoy it. I play the Continental League offline. Where is the... Oh, they have a mini chart base running rules. I never saw that. I just used that chart on the board. Where's the mini chart? Oh, here it is. Fence. Micro chart. Fence. All right, let's roll the black die at the end. That's a 4. Okay. With no decider die. Is Geronimo a scrapper? No, he's not. The decider die says no. Is he a slugger? No. Is he a home run king? No. Other. So that's a 4 on another. My God, oh my God, he triples to the triangle. It would have been better. God, why couldn't he have been a scrapper then? It would only have been a single. So Geronimo triples to the triangle. He stands at third. Infield moves in for Gullett. So Geronimo, things just not going well for Red Sox pitching. Infield in, 1 out, Geronimo at third. The pitch to Don Gullett. You're not taking Gullett out. He's pitching marvelously. You have a 6-0 lead. 1-3-6, infield in. And Gullett bats right-handed against the left-handed hurling Burton. So that's a 1-3-6. Ace. Is Burton an ace? No. Gullett, whiffer or cold? Did Gullett strike out his last time? No. Is he? Most likely he's a whiffer. Yes, he is. That's a strikeout. So there's 2 down. 2 strikeouts. The sandwich between those strikeouts, the Geronimo triple. Infield goes back to normal for Pete Rose, Charlie Hustle. Rose, 1 for 3. A single. He scored a run in the first, popped out twice after that. The pitch to Rose. Rose batting righty now. 1-1-5 with a decider die. 1-1-5. Burton is fresh. That's a pop-up in the infield. Burleson calls for it. He makes the catch. The side is retired. The Red Sox put up a goose egg. Now they need to put up some runs. Bottom of the sixth, 6-0 Cincinnati, Game 7 of the 75 World Series. And again, we've made an official decision. Until Gullett gives up a run, he is fresh. Once he gives up a run, he'll be semi-fresh. I'm sure there's an advanced rule that says if the guy's pitching like a maniac, he's good. So Morgan leads off there. For the Red Sox, top of the order, Carbo, who's 0 for 2, Doyle, who's 0 for 2, and Yastrzemski, who's 1 for 1, a single and a walk. Gullett, lefty-lefty matchup to Bernie Carbo. Carbo, 1-2-6, no decider die. 1-2-6. That's a line shot. A leaping catch by Morgan at second. We've declared Gullett fresh, so that's a line out. Carbo just shakes his head. Second time he's hit the ball on the screws to Morgan. 4 and out, but in between that, a strikeout. So Carbo is gone. 1 out for Denny Doyle. Another lefty-lefty matchup. Here's the pitch from Gullett to Doyle. 2-4-6. No decider die. 2-4-6. Control for Gullett. He has semi-control. The decider die says no. Doyle is an eager or a sad sack. He is eager. He pops it up. Try to punch that outside pitch to left. Instead, Rose calling for it on the outfield grass. 2 down. So Doyle pops out. Prior to that, Carbo lined out. 2 outs, bases empty for Yastrzemski. The pitch to Yaz. 2-2-5 with a decider die. 2-2-5. Gullett a star. No, he is not. Slugger or sad sack. Flies to shallow right or strikes out. Yastrzemski is a semi-slugger. The decider die says he's a slugger. And he's not a whiffer. So he flies out to Griffey in right. The Red Sox are retired. 1-2-3. Time is getting very short for our beloved Boston Red Sox. We go to the top of the 7th. 6-0 Cincinnati. Burton back up on the bump. He'll face Morgan, Bench, and Perez. The Reds, smiles in the dugout. The Red Sox, not so much. Here's little Joe Morgan. Morgan 1 for 3, a double, run scored, pop out, and a strikeout. The pitch from Burton to Morgan, lefty-lefty matchup. 3-3-6 with a decider die. 3-3-6. Ace, no. Morgan, sad sack, utility, or patient. Morgan is patient. And that's called strike 3. I love how that works sometimes. Morgan, a little too patient. He strikes out. He's not happy with that. It says sad sack, utility, or patient. Morgan is straight out patient. He doesn't need the decider die. So Morgan strikes out. Second time he struck out. 1 down. Now bring up Johnny Bench. And on deck, the one-man wrecking crew in Game 7, Tony Perez. Here's the pitch to Bench from Burton. Right-hand batting Bench against the left-hand hurling Burton. 1-2-6. 1-2-6. Fresh. Burton is semi-fresh. The decider die says he's fresh. That's a line shot. A lunging catch by Denny Doyle at second. 2 down. And here's Tony Perez. He has hit 2 out solo shots, had a double that cleared the bases when they were loaded. He's knocked in 5 freaking runs. Can they retire TP Tony Perez? The pitch to Perez. 2-4-6. God, they hope Perez goes back to the bench and picks up some sticks. Actually, they hope he picks up his glove. 2-4-6 to Tony Perez. Control. Does Burton have control? He has semi-control. The decider die says no. We move on to Perez. Is Perez eager or sad sack? No. Perez walks. He's not an active runner. He will not steal. Perez has reached base every time he's come up. So Perez at first. They pitched very carefully, to say the least, to Tony Perez. So Perez at first for George Foster. Foster's homered in this game. 2 outs. Perez will be off on contact. The pitch to Foster, who carries the big boomstick. 3-3-5. 3-3-5. Burton is not wild. Sad sack. No, Foster is not a sad sack. Oh my God. That's a single to right field. Stoic runner holds. So Perez is stoic. He wasn't going to move up anyway. So a walk and a single after recording the first 2 outs. Second hit. Third time Foster's been on base. So Foster to first. Perez to second. 2 outs for Davey Concepcion. Reggie Cleveland. Actually, Dick Drago getting ready in the bullpen. The pitch to Concepcion. 1-2-6. First and second, 2 outs. Runners will be off on contact. 1-2-6. Fresh. The decider dies. Says he is fresh. Line shot, and it's Doyle leaping to his left, making the catch, saving the day. Red strand 2. We go to the bottom of the 7th. 6-0 Cincinnati. They're cheering on WKRP in Cincinnati. Gullett pitching a marvelous game, a shutout. And again, we've declared him fresh until he gives up a run. Gullett will face Fisk, Lynn, and Petrocelli. 6-0 Cincinnati, bottom of the 7th. The pitch to Pudge, who's 0 for 2. Come on, Fisk. 1-3-6 with a decider die. 1-3-6. Gullett an ace. Semi-ace. Decider die says he's an ace. Strikeout or a ground out. It's an out either way. Just some pride. Does Fisk have a good eye? No, it's a strikeout. Swing and a miss by Fisk. 1 out. Here's Freddie Lynn. He has doubled. Back in the 2nd. He's 1 for 2. Reached third base, but he was stranded there. The pitch to the American League Rookie of the Year and MVP in 75. Gullett deals Lynn a 2-3-6. 2-3-6, no decider die. 2-3-6. Double control. No, Gullett does not have double control. Pitcher's not batting. So it's not a strikeout. Lynn works a walk. Well, the Red Sox have to start somewhere, and they'll take that walk by Freddie Lynn. Good job by Lynn. Rico Petrocelli steps to the plate. They need to just get one to break that ice. Bernard Strom leading the cheers at Fenway. Let's go Red Sox. Let's go Red Sox. Oh boy, King Twan Gaming. Check out that wonderful channel. He's doing an Out of the Ballpark tournament with teams throughout history. I've caught a couple of games. The pitch to Petrocelli, 1 out, 1 on. 2-2-4 with a decider die for Petrocelli from the arm of Don Gullett. 2-2-4. 2-2-4. Pitching at home, no. Is Petrocelli a slugger? No, he's a semi-utility, semi-whiffer. The decider die says he's both. But Petrocelli will single to right field. Active, he's not active, so no one's stealing. A single to right. Lynn is a neutral runner. Runner advances 1 base on singles, 2 bases on double. So Lynn holds at second. Red Sox have something going here. Petrocelli singles. Lynn to second, Petrocelli to first. Evans at the plate. 1 out, 2 on for the Red Sox. The pitch to Dewey. Come on, Dewey. 1. If it's on the ground for an out, it's a double play. Because it's a lead die of a 1. 1, 2, 4. Does it close the door on the Red Sox? 1, 2, 4. Oh, my God. Gullet. Oh, he has semi-control. The decider die says no. Yay. Is Evans eager? Evans is a semi-hero, semi-slugger, semi-whiffer. I love saying this stuff. He's not eager. He walks. The bases are juiced. You can't steal. And he's not an active runner anyway. So Gullet is now semi-struggling. Gullet is semi-struggling. Rick Burleson comes to the plate. One out. Red Sox can get right back in this ball game. What does Sparky Anderson do here? What does Sparky Anderson do here? Captain Hook. That's it. He's Captain Hook. They named him Captain Hook for a reason. Gullet will leave here in the bottom of the 7th. Gullet pitched 6 1/3 innings. So Gullet is done. He can still only win it and not lose it. He's up 6-0. And I have to change some stuff here because I wrote it in the wrong spot, so bear with me a moment. I by accident wrote the Red Sox pitching changes and pinch hitters into the Reds. Only the pitchers into the Reds portion. So I got to change that quickly. And who did I say was coming in? Jack Billingham is going to come in the game. Third inning. And he was red. Then Willoughby came in. And he was blue. And Willoughby came in the 4th. And Burton has come in. Jim Burton's come in. So Burton's come in. The Cubs, the Bears says agree. Sparky wouldn't hesitate to change pitchers, especially with his bullpen. I forgot when Burton came in. That's okay. Because like I said, by accident, I wrote it in the wrong part. All right. So let's get rid of that. Get rid of that with Captain White out. Gullet went, what did I say, 6 1/3. Yeah, 6 1/3. Again, I'm not really keeping stats. I just play the game. I'm not going to go nuts about stats. I find it more enjoyable not to keep stats. I mean, continuous stats. I might go back and take a look when I'm all done. Who do we say? Jack Billingham. All right, now let's go find Jack Billingham for the Reds. Jack Billingham. I have to say I really do like this game. It plays differently. There's so many nooks and crannies. I can see why, and again, not every game is for everyone, but I can see why people fall in love with play games. I'm still learning the soccer game. I don't think I'll ever show that. I don't have the setup to show that. But you never know someday. Where the heck is Jack Billingham? Obviously, I have him. I have to find him now. Oh, here he is. In Jack they trust. Here comes Jack Billingham. And I always do he's fresh for the first inning. So that's the way I play it. I don't know if that's absolutely correct, but it's the way I play it. Makes sense. Unless something happens where he's not fresh anymore. So Jack Billingham. And now what we want to do... When you use snippet, when you use snippet, anytime you bring in a new snippet, you have to, anything you're using on top of the other ones, you have to re-snippet it, if that makes any sense. Because the newest snippet takes precedent. So cut that. Let's bring that. It's Griffey. Yes. Okay. And then Jack Billingham. Bases juiced, 1 out. Burleson at the plate. Because Evans walked. Petrocelli to second, Lynn to third. They're going to play for 2, obviously. Can the Rooster crow here? Billingham has a word with Bench. Bench back behind the plate. Billingham takes a deep breath. He's in quite a pickle here. The pitch to Rick Burleson, the Rooster. Oh, my God. I don't think this is good. 1-1-2. 1-1-2. Does Billingham have flash? No. Sad sack. Is Burleson a sad sack? No. Check with scorer. Okay, I don't know what the hell that means. All right, so we have to figure out what check with scorer. It has a weird squiggly thing. What does the weird squiggly thing mean? Let's find the weird squiggly thing. Ooh, the weird. Safe at first. Go to the scorer micro chart. The Red Sox. Oh, I like that. The weird squiggly thing says safe at first. Go to the scorer micro chart. So at least the Red Sox will score a run. Scorer micro chart. First time I think this is the first time I use this. So safe at first. Now let's roll the black die here. The last die right here. 2. Ball hits off the glove of either the second baseman or shortstop. We'll say shortstop because Burleson's a right-handed batter. And there's a little asterisk there. So is that a hit? Oh, in years 2000 or later, it's an error, so that's a hit. A base hit for Burleson. The Red Sox are on the board. It's 6-1 here with still only 1 out in the 7th, and Fenway explodes with joy. That could be just whistling through the graveyard, but the Red Sox have scored. The Rooster did crow. Burleson singles. Lynn trots in. Petrocelli to third. Evans to second, and we'll have a pinch hitter for Jim Burton. And we're not going to Reggie freaking Cleveland if we score runs. We're going to Dick Drago. All right, so Burleson to first. Evans and Petrocelli to third. 6-1. Bases still loaded. 1 out. Who do we have left for pinch hitters? We're going to go Cecil Cooper here. Now we're going to go with Coop. Can he make amends for a horrific series in our game and in reality? Still one of the worst trades in Red Sox history besides Babe Ruth. Cooper for George Scott. Though Scott had an outstanding 77. And he was all done in 78. So Cecil Cooper is going to pinch hit. My question now All right, let's get Cooper. We're having Cooper to pinch hit. Let's do that first. As we're managing both teams, and I don't cheat. Even when I was a kid, I cheated for the Red Sox in the 83 Strat season. Cheating didn't even help with that team. It's a foul ball. Let's roll again. Didn't work. All right, where's Cecil Cooper? Carbo. There's Cecil. There's Cecil Cooper. So Cooper grabs a bat. He's going to pinch hit. So we've used Montgomery, and now we've used Cooper. So Cooper will pinch hit. He's a lefty. Billingham is a right-handed hurler. Billingham has control, so you could get a double play ball off of that. Possibly. McEnany's the lefty. Clay Carroll's a righty. Eastwick's a righty. Barbone's a righty. Tom Carroll, I don't think they'd use him. Fred Norman's a lefty. Yes. You know what? They're going to stick with Billingham. They're going to stick with Billingham. Sparky Anderson goes out to have a quick word. He sticks with Billingham. Hoping to get the double play ball. Sparky's showing a little bit of faith here. Captain Hook. If anything happens, I think we'll just go right to McEnany. The closer. Moment of truth. 1 out, bases juiced with Red Sox. Petrocelli at third. Evans at second. Burleson at first. He had that single. Past the dive. Or I believe it was Concepcion. Into left. Billingham's ready. The pitch to Cecil Cooper. 3-4-2. No decider die. Can Coop bring the Red Sox just a little bit closer on the 3-4-2 from Jack Billingham? 3-4. 2. I'm sorry. 2. You always the lowest die first. 2-3-4. Excuse me. 2-3-4. Runners on base. Yes. Plate drama. Ooh. Billingham could be pooping himself on the mound. We go to plate drama. Though Johnny Bench is an excellent catcher. Watch the red-blue die in the middle. 36 no decider die with plate drama. 36. Catcher iron. No, Johnny Bench is not iron. Sinking curveball, that's a ball. That is a ball. So now we go to the it's an orange. This is what's confused me in the first time I played this online. It was orange. I was like, hey, there's no orange chart. You go to the umpire chart. That's what that means. So it's going to be bases loaded, 1 out, or just bases loaded. So now let's go to the appropriate umpire chart, which they're blue charts. And they're mini umpire charts. So we have to go bases loaded. Bases loaded. All right. Cooper steps back in the box after Bench blocks that horrible curveball. Sparky Anderson seemingly regretting his decision as you can see him just grinding his teeth as the camera goes on him. Watch the red-blue die in the middle once again. The pitch to Cooper. 16 with a decider die. Bases loaded. 16. Strict umpire at home. Art Franz is not strict. He's respected. Good old Art. All right, so the runner is not out at third, coming home. Other umpires rule runner safe at home. So another run scores. So there's a collision at home with Bench. And Bench says he holds on to the ball, but the umpire says no. Art Franz says the ball came out. Bench grabbed it. All right, let's go through this again. 1-6. Fielder's choice. Runner on third out. That's if the umpire stripped, so that didn't happen. Other umpire rules safe. So bases are still loaded. It's 7-2 now. They went to home. Perez went to the plate. That's going to be a ribby for Cooper. So Cooper, that's in the 7th. And he's going to pick up a ribby. So I guess you still score that a fielder's choice, but no out. I don't know how you'd score that, to be honest, but that's the way we'll score it. 7-2. Evans to third. Burleson to second. It's not a single, so we're going to say fielder's choice, safe. And an RBI. I honestly don't know how to score that. But that's what we'll score. Bases are still loaded. Bernie Carbo comes to the plate, and that's going to be it for Billingham. 6-2. Carbo is the tying run. As King Tuan says, we need a grand slam. We might get it from Bernie Carbo. Wouldn't that be something? Oh, shoot. That's... See what I'm talking about? Because where's the little one? Where's the one? There it is. Copy. Paste. And cut. Let's move all these dudes back now. No, that's good enough. All right, so Cooper's at first. Burleson's at second. Evans at third because Petrocelli scored. Bernie Carbo will await. They're gonna go to. We're gonna bypass Clay Carroll. Though he pitched 2 innings. Let me take a look. I think we're gonna bypass Clay Carroll and just go to the closer, Raleigh Eastwick, because this is the important time. Oh, I mean Will McEnany. What am I saying? McEnany's a lefty. I think that's what they would do. They'd go lefty-lefty here. So it's going to be Will McEnany coming in to face Bernie Carbo. One out, base is still juiced. Things were going so smoothly. Red Sox come to life here. The Red Sox fans have come to life here at Fenway, as it's now 6-2, tying run at the plate in Bernie Carbo. Cooper at first, Burleson at second, Evans at third. McEnany's done with his warm-up tosses. He's ready. Bench back behind the plate. Tense moments here at Fenway. The pitch to Bernie Carbo. 3-4-6, no decider die to Carbo. Can Carbo keep the ball rolling on the 3-4-6? We shall find out in a moment. 3-4-6. Is Carbo eager? He is not eager. There is nothing for the pitcher on 3-4-6. Carbo is not eager, so he doesn't fly out. He doesn't chase the pitch. That is ball 4. It is now 6-3. Carbo gets a ribby on the walk. And Sparky Anderson is going just, you can see him grinding those teeth away in the dugout. So Carbo walks. He picks up a ribby. This game looked all but over. Evans scores. It's now 6-3. Burleson to third. Pinch hitter Cooper to second. That play at the plate, maybe they should have took the sure out. They went to the plate. Could have had 2 outs. Now the run would have still scored, but now the run scored anyway, and there's still only one out. Carbo at first. I have to write the freaking pitchers in here. All right. So it was Billingham. And now McEnany. Here's Denny Doyle, another lefty-lefty matchup. They'll stick with McEnany. Clay Carroll is ready in the pen. So McEnany came in the 7th. We'll figure out Billingham after. Oh boy, the pitch to Denny Doyle. It's now 6-3. Mark that down here. Bottom of the 7th, 1 out, bases juiced with Red Sox. 2-3-6 to Denny Doyle. 2-3-6. McEnany, does he have double control? No, he only has control. Pitcher batting? No. Oh my lord, another base on balls. And that is it for Mr. McEnany. Back-to-back walks to lefty batters. It's now 6-4. The Reds pitching, pooping themselves in the bottom of the 7th. Scoring from third is Burleson, Cooper to third, Carbo to second, Doyle to first, Yastrzemski, the designated hot batter, coming up. 6-4, bases still loaded. They're going to stick lefty-lefty. But I think they would yank him, though. I think they would yank him. He definitely would yank him. There's no way after back-to-back walks they would yank him. And that's it. They're going to Raleigh Eastwick. Here comes Raleigh Eastwick. We're not even going Clay Carroll. Raleigh Eastwick did not pitch in this game, but Carroll, ace control, semi-ace, semi-control. Raleigh Eastwick, semi-ace, semi-flash, semi-control. I mean, Clay Carroll's pretty good, too. All right, we'll go to Clay Carroll. That's fine. The dice gods have turned around. They must have changed their bet. As here come the Red Sox, it's 6-4. Walks have killed Reds pitching in this inning. What started out to be a laugher, now Sparky Anderson grinding his teeth, biting his nails in that Reds dugout. Clay Carroll comes in the game. And he'll face Carl Yastrzemski. So he comes in the 7th. To face Yaz. Still only 1 out. Bases still juiced with Bostonians on every bag. Yastrzemski digs in to do battle with Clay Carroll. The pitch from Carroll to Yastrzemski. 2-5-6 with a decider die. 2-5-6. Clay Carroll just came in the game, so he's not struggling. Is Yastrzemski champion or patient? If he's that, it's another walk. Yastrzemski is semi-patient. Guess what the decider die says? He's patient. Another walk for Reds pitching, and it's now 6-5. Red Sox fans going insane here at Fenway Park as Cooper trots in. Carbo to third. Doyle to second. Yastrzemski picks up a ribby. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 walks in this inning for Reds pitching. That's freaking unbelievable. Unbelievable. 6-5, still only 1 out. Fisk at the plate. Carroll to Fisk. 2-3-6. Okay. All right. This is utterly amazing. Carroll, semi-ace, semi-control. So he's an ace with control, but they need double control. He does not have double control. Pitcher batting. No. Guess what it is? Base on balls, number 6. We have a tie game. I have to make sure I'm looking at this right. 2-3-6. Double controller dynamic. No. So that's not a ground out. 2-3-6. Pitcher batting. No. It's not a strikeout. It's a base on balls. Unbelievable. We're knotted at 6 as Carbo comes in to score. Fisk gets a ribby. Sparky Anderson is besides himself, and that's being kind. Doyle to third. Yastrzemski to second. Fisk to first. We're tied at 6. Let me make sure I counted them right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yes, we're tied at 6. Again, the Reds pitching has walked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, including 4 in a row in this inning. Unbelievable. I'm not even tracking base runners anymore. All right, so Cooper scored. Carbo scored. Doyle's to third. Yastrzemski to second. Fisk to first. Freddie Lynn at the plate. I mean, Carroll with 2 back-to-back walks. And that's it for Clay Carroll. That is it for Clay Carroll. Here comes Raleigh Eastwick, the closer. We have used every pitcher that they actually used. Now we go to Raleigh Eastwick. Infield moves in. There's still only 1 out. It's a 6-6 game. Let's record Eastwick. They've used 4 pitchers in the 7th. Wow. 4 pitchers in the 7th. Eastwick will face Freddie Lynn. Infield in. The pitch to Freddie Lynn. 2-3-4 with a decider die. Let's make sure it's Freddie Lynn. It is. Eastwick to Freddie Lynn. 2-3-4. 6-6 ball game. Runners on base. Plate drama. Unbelievable. The Reds are just pooping themselves. We go to plate drama. Watch the red blue die in the middle. 26. Catcher iron. No, so he's going to block it. Oh, wait a second. Johnny Bench is not iron. Otherwise, right down the pipe, strike. All right, now we got bases loaded. We go to the umpire chart, bases loaded chart. As D. Scott Howard says, the umpire chart got into the Reds pitcher's head, and we're going back there. You're correct. Unbelievable how many walks. Bases loaded. Here we go. Watch the red-blue die in the middle again. 44 with a decider die. Respected umpire at first. Nick Colosi is semi-respected. The decider die says he's respected. Infield was playing in. Batter out at first, close play. So there's an out here. The infield is playing in. That means they would have went to home. Let's just look on that. I don't know if this supersedes it, but it doesn't make sense. Infield playing in. The ball's hit to first. Let's just look at infield playing in. It's a 4. I'm just trying to go off 4. See, I don't know if the infield playing in chart super vents or is higher than the umpire chart. Respected umpire at first, yes. Batter out at first, close play. Runners advance in both cases. Runners advance in both cases. Well, I guess the infield in doesn't come into play there then. So the Red Sox take the lead on and out. Perez makes the stop, realizes he can't go to the plate, and takes the out at first in a bang-bang play. And they just nip Freddie Lynn 2 outs. Lynn does pick up the ribby. Red Sox pick up their 7th run in what has been one of the most horrendous pitching innings in baseball history. So that is a ground out 3. And I think that's the way you call it. Doyle scores from third. It's now 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs. The Red Sox have taken the lead. Michael says, right, you played it correctly. Thank you very much, Michael. So the Red Sox have taken the lead. What was once joy and jocularity in that Cincinnati Reds dugout, no more. All right. Yastrzemski to third. Fisk to second. Petrocelli at the plate. The pitch from Eastwick to Petrocelli. 2 outs, 2nd and 3rd. 1-4-6 to Rico Petrocelli. Red Sox looking for insurance runs here. They're up 7-6 by the miracle of the fickle dice gods who have now gone the other way. It was all Cincinnati until the 7th. And now we have a 1-4-6 to Petrocelli. Flash. Semi-flash, decider dices flash. It's an out either way. Does Petrocelli have a good eye? No. Just double check that, but I'm pretty sure no. No, he strikes out. And mercifully, the inning is over in one of the most wildest, horrible pitched innings. Let me just reiterate. The Reds walked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 batters in that inning. Unbelievable. Sparky Anderson basically empties his bullpen, and now he's losing. We go to the top of the 8th. And to be fair, I'll bring in Reggie Cleveland. I will bring in Reggie Cleveland. I'm going to throw up a bit while I bring him in. But I will bring in Reggie Cleveland, even though I don't think they would have. Drago is ready to go. We go to the top of the 8th. Holy cow. And it's going to be Evans. The Red Sox plate 7. That is the wildest. I have to tell you, that is the... And Bernard Strom, you know, it was his donation to the channel that changed the dice gods. Unbelievable. All right, now we have to bring in a pitcher. We're going to bring in... Okay, so they're going to go Griffey, Geronimo, pinch hitter for Eastwick. Yastrzemski. Cooper's a gold fielder at first. Yastrzemski, you put him out in left, he's neutral. Carbo's neutral, but we get a gold fielder at first. Even though they list him as a DH, as a fielder, he's gold, and he only played first in 75, to my knowledge. All right, let's get Reggie Cleveland. We're going to be fair. We're going to be fair. I would not bring in Reggie Cleveland, but again, they brought him in a tight situation. Well, they had already lost the lead. All right, so Reggie Cleveland will try to get through the eighth, and then we'll go to Drago. Oh my God, Workman and Control, semi-work. I can't do that. They wouldn't do that. I can't do it. They're going to Dick Drago. They got the lead. Dick Drago's coming in. Dick Drago will try to get 6 outs here. There'll be no double switches. I would like to get Cooper in the game. If we leave him in, Drago would bat in Carbo's spot. That's what we're going to do. So Yastrzemski's going to go to left. I got rid of my little left field icon thing. Son of a bitch. All right, we'll do this. Hold on. And make some switches here. Oh, you know what? I'm not going to take Yaz out, though. Miller's gold in left. Miller is gold in left field. What, I don't want to take Yaz's batter out of the lineup, though. You know what? We're gonna keep it the way it is. We're not moving. So Cooper's out. Drago's coming in. No. We're gonna do it this way. Yastrzemski to left. Just going to play left field now. The miracle of Snippet. He'll play left. Drago goes here. Cooper stays in to play first base. The Red Sox are 6 outs away from winning the World Series. All right, so Drago's coming in. We are not going into Reggie Cleveland. They wouldn't do that. Coming in the 8th. And he's there to get 6 outs. As long as they have the lead, he's staying in the game. All the changes have been made. He'll face Griffey, Geronimo, and a pinch hitter. 7-6 Red Sox. Another wild game in this World Series. All right. That being said, let's do this. What a wild, crazy game. Ken Griffey to face Dick Drago. Griffey digs in the left-hander's batter's box. The pitch from Drago. 1-3-3. What will it be? We shall see. 1-3-3. Is Griffey a slugger? No, he's a semi-champion, semi-scrapper. That doesn't come into play, even though the decider die says yes to both of them. He flies out to Yastrzemski, just out in left field, coming from first base. 1 down, Red Sox 5 outs away. Drago will now face Cesar Geronimo. The pitch to Geronimo from Drago. Righty-righty matchup. 2-3-4. Drago hoping to close the door on Geronimo. 2-3-4. Runners on base. No. Hot batter. Is Geronimo the hot batter? No. He pops out to Petrocelli at third. Drago on fire. 2 outs. I have a question. He did triple his last time up, but that does that designate him to be hot? It says, is he a hot batter? And I thought that only comes on the right now chart. So he pops out. We're calling it a pop out to Petrocelli. I'm just curious. Let me look at that real quick. Hold on. Don't want to screw anybody. I have my special instructions, my notes. Hot, cold. 1 batter in each team. We know that. Blah, 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 blah. Pitchers are semi. I know that. So I think that's mostly about designated hot or cold. 1 batter will be cold. All other batters are semi-hot for the first 5 innings. Oh. If they got a hit the last inning, and semi-cold if they... So I think he's a hot batter. So let's go back to that now. I think he's a hot batter. 2, 3, 4, and I think he's a hot batter. Hot batter. It's going to go to the fence. He is a hot batter because he tripled his last time up. So he does not pop out. He's a hot batter. Michael says I'm correct. Okay. He's a hot batter. So now Geronimo's going to get something here. We go to the mini micro chart, the fence chart. I'm learning the game, so you have to bear with me. There's a lot of nooks and crannies, and I sometimes get confused. Watch the black die here at the end. That's a 1 with no decider die. Okay, Geronimo, a semi-scrapper, semi-whiffer, so he's not a scrapper, not a slugger, not a home run king. He doubles. So Geronimo doubles. And the crowd moans here at Fenway. 1 out, Geronimo, the tying run at second. Now you're definitely going to get a pinch hitter for Eastwood, where you're going to get that anyway. So that's a double. Now who's left to pinch hit? We can use Rediman, Armbruster, or Dan Dreesen. I think Dan Dreesen's the best out of them. So we're going to go with Dan Dreesen. Dan Dreesen to pinch hit for the Reds. Because Merv Rediman, utility scrapper, patient. Where's Dan Dreesen? Hero, slugger, patient. Semi for all those traits. That's what we're going with. We're going with Dan Dreesen. And he's a left-handed stick. Solid player, Dan Dreesen, in my opinion. So Dan Dreesen is going to pinch hit. For Raleigh Eastwick. Tying run at second. Tense moments again here at Fenway. Red Sox just took the lead in the bottom of the 7th after one of the most horrific pitching displays for a team you'll ever see by the Cincinnati Reds in the bottom of the 7th. Here we go. Moment of truth. Drago to Dreesen. Geronimo. Neutral runner at second. 2-6-6. No decider die to Dan Dreesen from Dick Drago. Dan to Dick. How funny is that? Dick Drago, DD. Dan Dreesen, DD. I amuse myself. Ooh, what is it going to be here? tense moments as I flip through the book. 2-6-6. No decider die. 2-6-6. Runner on first thrown out. There's no runner on first. Runner on first thrown out. Okay, there's no runner on first. Leadoff batter. Well, Dreesen's not the leadoff batter. So that's a fly out to right. Okay. Active runner on third scores on flyouts. Other runners hold. So Evans quickly fires it in. Geronimo holds at second. So Dreesen flies out to right in the 8th. 2 outs now. Red Sox fans take another breath. We go to the top of the order. Pete Rose. The pitch from Drago to Charlie Hustle. 1-3-4. Drago and Red Sox fans praying it closes the door on this inning. 1-3-4. Catcher Gold. We know Fisk is not gold. He is neutral. Rose a champion. No, Rose is hero, semi-scrapper, semi-good eye. The decider die says he's all of those things, but he's not a champion. Rose sends it to the outfield. We're going to have some outfield drama. Will the Reds tie the game or the Red Sox make the catch? Watch the red-blue die in the middle. 16 with a decider die. 16. Right fielder Stoic. Son of a bitch. Evans is semi-stoic. The decider die says he's stoic. That sucks. He makes the dive on the sinking liner. It is a double. The game is tied. Rose has tied the game at 7 with a 2-out double. Quickly, scoring from second is Cesar Geronimo. Rose takes his place at second. And it's 7-7. Unbelievable. Clutch hit by Charlie Hustle, Pete Rose. As this World Series Game 7 is tied once again. Unbelievable. Drago blows a save. Now has to face... Okay, so let's make sure that's... He's not struggling yet. He's not struggling. Not 3 runners on. The pitch to Morgan, trying to give the Reds the lead. 3-5-6. Can little Joe Morgan give the Reds the lead? 3-5-6. 3-5-6. They're not the same. Drago's a righty. Morgan's a lefty. Oh, you son of a bitch. That's a single. Morgan's not a utility or sad sack. It is a single past the dive of Cooper into right field. 2 outs. Pete Rose is a stoic runner. That might save us. 2 outs. See note below if stoic runner... Well, he's on second. Runners advance 2 bases on any hit. Single or double. So Rose is going to score. But it says see note below if stoic runner on first. Rose is not on first. He's on second. The Reds take the lead. They come back after their pitching poops themselves in the bottom of the 7th. They get 2 off Drago. It's now 8-7 Cincinnati. Morgan claps his hands at first. Unfreaking believable. What a wild and crazy game. 8-7 Reds now. The pitch to Johnny Bench with 2 outs. 2-4-5 to Bench with a decider die. 2-4-5. Is Bench a hero? Bench is a semi-hero. The decider die says he's a hero. That's a single. To left. Morgan is an active runner. Singles, you advance one base, and we're not going to chance it. Ooh. First and second. Now it's the Red Sox falling apart. Unbelievable. The dice gods are very fickle. Back and forth they go. 8-7, first and second, on back-to-back singles by Morgan and Bench. That brings up the one-man wrecking crew, Tony Perez. Drago to Perez. Can Perez put it out of reach? Son of a gun, 3-5-5 with a decider die. Unbelievable. I think Perez jacks it. Struggler or Gilded. Okay. Drago has given up. He's a semi-struggler. The decider die says he's a struggler. So it's a single to left. Single to left. That's going to stoic runner on third hold. Blah, 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 blah. Runners advance 2 bases. So Morgan scores. It's first and third. Drago was 1 out away. 1 out away from holding the lead. The Reds just piling it on now. Morgan scores. Perez gets another ribby. He's a triple away from the cycle. He's going to be the MVP of this game for sure. He's knocked in 3, 4, 5, 6 runs, Tony Perez. It's now 9-7 Cincinnati. Oops. Unbelievable. I think it's Bench at third, right? Yes. I've lost track. Holy cow. We're just going to keep Drago in. He's struggling. Come on, Dick. Get this last out. The pitch to Foster. Oh, my God. 3-4-5. This is it for Dick Drago. 3-4-5. The joy at Fenway is gone kaput. 3-4-5. Good eye. Does Foster have a good eye? Fisk is not iron, so he's going to frame the ball. Does Foster have a good eye? No, he does not. Let me make sure. Nope, that is a strikeout. Finally, they get the third out, but now they trail by 2. The next batter will go with the right now chart. Concepcion will go with the blue chart in the top of the 9th. But the Reds rally for 3 off Drago, who was horrific. We go to the bottom of the 8th. The joy in Fenway is gone. The joy in Fenway is gone. Richard, a Tony, says, real life, Rose tied the game with a single, scoring Griffey in the 7th. How cool is that? Now the Red Sox have to mount another comeback. We have to find another pitcher, and we're going to go Pedro Borbon. We're going Pedro Borbon for this. We've used all the pitchers they've actually used. Drago is horrible, but I guess we'll stick with him in the 9th if we somehow... We're going to stick with him in the 9th. I don't know. He sucked. The dice gods were not with Drago. We were going at a quick clip, and then all hell broke loose, though it made it a funner game, you have to admit. And that's what you get with play games. I mean, again, they're not unrealistic. I can't say it's unreal. The games are close. The World Series was close. Some wild things happening in this game. 9-7, bottom of 8. And I think the Reds, well, I'm going to go Pedro Borbon. I always like Pedro Borbon. He seemed always angry. I like angry pitchers. He's a star with double control. We've used everyone they've... We're going to go Pedro Borbon. So here comes Pedro Borbon. He had a hell of a stint out of the bullpen in his first appearance. But then... the rest of the bullpen late in the game blew the game. The Red Sox won. When Borbon wanted to stay in, he had words with Sparky Anderson. He's in Anderson's doghouse, but now Anderson makes the call to Pedro Borbon. to get 3 outs here in the 8th and possibly 3 more in the 9th. So it's going to be Pedro Borbón in the 8th. And Pedro Borbón will face Evans, Burleson, and Cooper. And then if anyone gets on, a pinch hitter for Drago. All right, so Pedro Borbón. Now the Reds are 6 outs away from a World Series victory. Borbón. So Foster made the last out. Concepcion will lead off in the 9th. They plated 3 in the 8th. 9, 7. Here we go. The pitch from Borbón to Dwight Evans. 1-2-2 with a decider die. Is Borbón with the 1-2-2. Borbón a workman? No, he is not. He is a star with double control. We move on to Evans. Is Evans a champ or whiffer? If he's either of these, it's an infield single down the third base line. Evans is a semi-whiffer. The decider die says he's a whiffer. He nubs it down the third base line for an infield single. Rose just eats the ball. Evans gets an infield single. Tying run comes to the plate in Rick Burleson. Cooper on deck. Borbón to Burleson. Red Sox down 2. Fenway coming to life once again. 2-5-5 to Rick Burleson. 2-5-5. Is Borbón a star? Yes, he is. He strikes out Burleson. Unless Burleson has a good eye, it'll be a ground out advancing the base runner. Burleson does have a semi-good eye. The decider die says no, though, so he strikes out. 1 out. Evans still at first. Borbón to Cooper. 1-5-6. If it's a ground out, it's a double play. 1-5-6. 1-5-6 is, okay, nothing for the pitcher. Is Cooper a whiffer? Cooper is not a whiffer. It's Cooper will send it out to the outfield. We have outfield drama with 1 out. Holy cow, outfield drama. Watch the red-blue die in the middle. Off the bat. The ball off the bat of Cooper. 23. No decider die. 23. Center fielder iron. No. Geronimo's goal. BS is going to disconnect. Reconnect. I knew this was going to happen. 2 outs here. Evans will be off on contact. We need a pinch hitter for Drago. Who the hell do we have left? That's the question. It's going to be Rick Miller, I guess. We don't have a lot of choices anymore on the bench. Rick Miller is going to come in to pinch hit. Ricky, don't lose my number. We want you to lose the baseball, though. All right, here's Rick Miller. He has some things he's experienced, so we might get a break there. I don't know. Rick Miller to pinch hit for Drago. 2 outs. Bench has a word with Borbón on how they want to pitch Miller. Evans at first. 2 outs. He'll be off on contact. He's a stoic, semi-stoic runner. The pitch from Borbón to Ricky Miller. 5-6-6. No decider die. Come on, Rick. Come on, Rick. No decider die. That could either be good or bad. We'll find out in a second. 5-6-6. Sometimes those high numbers are good for the batters. Not always. Rick Miller. Is he going to be clutch? 5-6-6. Borbón wild. No. Does Rick Miller have a good eye? semi-good eye. The decider die says no. He strikes out. Swing and a miss, foul tip, held on by Johnny Bench. We go to the ninth. 9-7 Cincinnati. We need a new pitcher for the Red Sox. It was Miller. Pinch hit. And we'll just circle that in purple. Red Sox fans were hoping, wishing, and wanting. Now, who do we go with? Who do we go with? That's the question. Top of the ninth. We need a pitcher. Who pitched in Game 6? I think Tiant pitched in Game 6, right? Yes, he did. Couldn't come back with him. Oh, God. Reggie Cleveland. Diego Segui. Semi-flash, semi-wild, semi-workman. I mean, is it worth it? Here, we got Dick Pole. I think he was on the World Series roster. He stinks, too. All right, here comes Reggie Cleveland, the Canadian. Here comes Reggie Cleveland. Louis Tiant goes out to the bullpen just in case. So Reggie Cleveland comes into the game trying to keep it a 2-run deficit. Miller's out. Reggie Cleveland in the ninth. He'll face Concepcion, Griffey, and Geronimo. Barbone will not be pinch hit for. Unfreaking believable. All right. Let's settle in, folks. Settle in. Cleveland here. No, that's right. Doyle is going to be here. Okay. Reggie Cleveland deals to Davey Concepcion. 2-2-4, no decider die. Can Cleveland 2-2-4. Pitching at home, yes. Concepcion pops out to his counterpart, Rick Burleson. Good job by Cleveland there. It's a pop-out 6. 1 out. Here's Ken Griffey. Left-hand batting Griffey. The pitch to Griffey from Cleveland. 2-3-4 again. Oh, that was a 2-2-4, the other one. So that was a 2-3-4. No runners on base. Is Griffey a hot batter? So let's look at his last at-bat. Griffey doubled his last at-bat, so he got a hit. He is a hot batter. That goes to the fence. That sucks. So now we go to the fence chart. And watch the black die. It's a 4 with no decider die. 4. Griffey, champion, semi-champion, semi-scrapper. So he's neither of those. It would have been better if he was a scrapper. It would have been a single. But it's a 4. So it's a triple. He triples to the triangle. Red Sox move their infield in with 1 out. Griffey's at third with a triple. Nails being put in the Red Sox season coffin here. So Griffey triples. Infield in for Cesar Geronimo. The pitch to Geronimo. 2-3-4. Son of a bitch. 2-3-4. Gotta go back this way I'm still getting used to which way to flip in the book. 2-3-4. I think we just saw this. Runners on base. No. Is he a hot batter? Son of a bitch. Geronimo is not a hot... Oh, God, he is a hot batter. Wait a second, I screwed up here. I screwed up. I looked at the wrong... Geronimo doubled his last time. So Griffey's actually out. It's going to be Geronimo who's the hot batter. So Griffey's actually out. My faux pas. It was Geronimo who doubled, and because I have the book off to the side, the way I looked at it, he flew out to Carbo in left. Or Yastrzemski. That's right. Yastrzemski was in left then. Got moved out to left. So he's out, actually. Pop up to Petrocelli. 2 outs. So he's out. My faux pas. Not cheating. I just made a mistake. That's the beauty of card and dice. You can make mistakes, and when you catch them, you change them. But it was Geronimo who doubled his last plate appearance. He's hot. He goes to the fence. We're going to give him the 4-1. Let's see if we can use that 4-1 in their favor, in the Reds' favor. 4, no decide or die. He's not a scrapper or a whiffer, so he triples. So with 2 outs, Geronimo's at third. Geronimo triples. All right. Now, you're up 2 runs. You're going to take Pedro Bourbon out to try to get this run in. Bourbon had a couple of hits when he played in that other game. And he's a hero. We're going to let Bourbon hit. Cleveland to Bourbon with a runner at third. Geronimo, 2 outs. 2-3-3. Watch him knock this guy in. 2-3-3. 2-3-3. Well, we sure know that Reggie Cleveland's not an ace or a star. Is Bourbon a slugger? No. He flies out to deep center. We go to the bottom of the 9th. Bourbon gave it a ride, but Freddie Lynn tracked it down in the triangle. This one didn't get away from Lynn. So that was Bourbon in the 9th. This is it. 9-7 Reds. We stuck with Bourbon. We had a 2-run lead. He'll be semi-fresh. The Red Sox will send Doyle, Yastrzemski, and Fisk. They need 2 to tie, 3 to win the World Series. Pedro Bourbon needs 3 outs before that happens. 9-7. Bourbon will now deal with Denny Doyle. The pitch to Doyle. 1-6-3. 1-3-6. 1-3-6. Bourbon an ace. No, he's a star with double control. Is Doyle a whiffer or cold? Doyle's last at bat, he walked, bringing in a run, so he's not cold. Is he a whiffer? He is not a whiffer. The ball's hitting the infield. We have infield drama. Here in the bottom of the 9th, infield drama. Watch the red-blue die in the middle. 56 with a decider die. First baseman gold. First baseman gold. Tony Perez is neutral. He will... Otherwise, ball sails over the head. Batter safe at first on an error. So Perez fields it, but makes a bad toss to Bourbon covering the bag. Doyle is on. That is an E3. Tying run comes to the plate. And Carl Yastrzemski, holy cow. Fans come to their feet once again here at Fenway. Number 8, Carl Yastrzemski, the hero of 1967. Can he be the hero of 75? We shall see. No outs. Doyle's at first. The pitch to Yaz. 1-1-4. No decider die. If it's a ground ball, it's a double play. Yastrzemski swings on the 1-1-4. Possibly. Bourbon fresh. He's semi-fresh. The decider die says no. Yastrzemski is not a sad sack. And he is semi-patient. The decider die says no. Yastrzemski singles to right. Yes. Yastrzemski singles to right. Doyle is a neutral runner. Runners advance 1 base on hits, 2 base on doubles. So the Red Sox have first and second, no outs. Maybe they should have knocked in that extra runner, tried to. The next batter will go off the chemistry chart, and they are dissonant, and they're not happy, the Red Sox. They're fully dissonant, or however you say that freaking word. Single for Yastrzemski. First and second, no outs. Here comes Fisk. And Sparky Anderson comes out. Bourbon says, I'm okay. Anderson, remember when he took him out the last time? He's going to stick with him now. 2 on, no outs for Fisk, the designated cold batter. The pitch to Pudge. 1, again, if it's a ground ball, it's a double play. A ground ball out, that is. 1-5-2, Bourbon tries to bust it in on Fisk. 1-2-5, I'm sorry. 1-2-5. Struggling. No, he's not struggling yet. Is Fisk patient? Fisk is not patient. Is Fisk a whiffer? We wish he was a whiffer. He'd strike out. Instead, Fisk hits a hard shot down to third. Rose up with it over to Morgan. On to Perez. 2 outs. Advancing to third is Doyle. 5-4-3 double play. The Reds are 1 out away. And at the plate is Freddie Lynn. If Lynn goes yard, we're tied at 9. Doyle at third. So they stuck with Bourbon, and Bourbon is now 1 out from giving the Reds the World Series here in 1975. Lynn has doubled, flown to center, walked in a run, scored a run. Walked and scored a run, and also grounded out to get a run. An RBI. This is it. Freddie Lynn at the plate. Bench goes out to have a word with Bourbon. He's met on the mound by Morgan and Perez and Rose. Concepcion just off the mound. Umpire breaks up the conference. Bourbon with a stern look on his face. He rocks and deals to Freddie Lynn. 5-5-6 with a decider die. Is there a miracle in Freddie Lynn's bat? 5-5-6. Is Bourbon an ace? No. Is Freddie Lynn a sad sack? No. That is a double down the right field line. The Red Sox pulled to within 1 as Doyle trots home from third. Second double of the game for Freddie Lynn. Second RBI for the American League MVP and Rookie of the Year. It is now 9-8. But still there are 2 outs. Unbelievable Game 7 we have here. Rico Petrocelli, another veteran from the 67 World Series. Can he tie it or win it? And now I think they would get rid of Pedro Bourbon. Bourbon is done. I don't even know who we have left. I thought Fisk was supposed to be on the dissonant chart. They didn't get that far. It didn't go to that. Harvey. I don't think that's how that works. I mean, you probably know better than I do, but Fisk was out anyway. He banged into a double play. I mean, it was just a regular, you just went down the line. He banged into a double play, so I'm not going to go back to that. But yeah, if I did something wrong, just put it in the comments later. But he banged into a double play. This is Lynn. Lynn just doubled. Doyle scores from third. 9-8. Again, if someone sees something I'm not doing exactly right, put it in the comments later, and I go back and I check everything. Not in the chat. I mean, you can put it in the chat, but also put it in the comments, because I like to go back and see. Yeah, he's a cold batter, but how much colder can you be? He banged into a double play. It's up to Rico Petrocelli now. Let's see who the Reds have left. Again, I'm not an expert at any game, especially this one, so I can make mistakes, but I think I'm playing it fairly correctly, at least fair in my mind. All right, who do we have left as pitchers? Do we use Clay Kirby? No, you're not bringing him in. You're not bringing any of these guys in. Well, it's game 7. Maybe we bring in Fred Norman. Why not? Though he's a lefty. They're going to stick with Bourbon. Evans on deck. They're sticking with Bourbon. We've already used Eastwick and Carroll. World's Worst Gamer. Look at all the pitchers we've used. Look. We've used all these pitchers. Gullett was pitching fabulous. And then he pooped the bed. The 7th inning, the whole pitching staff fell apart. So we've used all these pitchers. They're not in order now anyway, but we're going to stick with Bourbon. It's up to Petrocelli and Bourbon. 2-4-4 to Rico Petrocelli. Thank you very much, Harvey. Because I want to know if I did wrong. I just don't want to flip through the rule. But he hit in a double. Maybe I screwed the Red Sox somehow, which I wouldn't want to do. All right. Pitch to Petrocelli. 2 outs. Tying run at second. Freddie Lynn, who doubled in. Doyle. 2-4-4. I think the World Series is over, and it's not in a good way. Okay. So, Bourbon and ace. No. We move on to the batter. Petrocelli a champion. No. Ground ball to Concepcion. Is Petrocelli a whiffer? He's a semi-whiffer. The decider die says no. He grounds to Concepcion. Concepcion's up with it. Throws to Perez. The Cincinnati Reds take the 1975 World Series in one of the most wildest dice games I've ever played, 9-8. Congratulations to the Cincinnati Reds. Your winning pitcher is, I don't know, that we use so many pitchers for both teams. Your winning pitcher for the Reds, I think it's actually Raleigh Eastwick, who sucked. But he was a pitcher of record. No, he couldn't have been. He couldn't have been. Bourbon's the winning pitcher. He came in the 8th. Your losing pitcher's Drago. Red Sox lose 9-8. This was really fun. This was a crazy game. And again, I think if I'm doing something wrong, put it in the chat, but also go put it back in the comments because it's easier for me to find in the comments below, as the English dude says who does wrestling talk. Put it in the comments below. But what a game. What a crazy game. The Reds win. And they won a 1-run game in Game 7 in reality. It's a 1-run game. It just was crazier, 9-8. So congratulations to the Cincinnati Reds. Freddie Lynn tried his best. The tying run stranded at second. Sports Time Machine says, I did not expect this. 9-8 after I left. The Reds led 3-0. The Reds led 6-0 going into the bottom of the 7th. This is the craziest inning ever, and I know I didn't screw this up because I triple-checked everything, at least to the best of my ability. In the 7th, the Red Sox scored 7 runs due to 1, 2, 3. Let's count the walks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 walks in the 7th. They had 2 hits and then a ground out for a ribby. The Red Sox actually went up 7-6. The Reds come back with 3 in the top of the 8th to go up 9-7. And as you saw, the Red Sox only plated 1 run in the bottom of the 9th. The Reds win the World Series 9-8. As Michael says, I need to go to bed an hour ago. I thought we were going to finish in an hour and a half because we were going on a good clip, and then all hell breaks loose from the 7th on. Bernard Strom says Morgan drove in the winning run in this game and in the real game also. Isn't that crazy? So it was a lot of fun. Thank you very much for everyone. If you enjoyed it, smack that like button. We had fun. It went a long time, but we had fun. Again, if I did something incorrect, please put it in the comments, and I'll go back and check it out. Fisk banged into a double play, so you can't be any colder than that. But I didn't know if you're cold, do you always roll on the cold chart? I didn't think that. I thought it only goes if it only goes to the right now chart. If you go to the right now and it says bad or cold, or if it says something like that, I didn't think he's always cold. He's cold, but he's not always going to strike out or anything. I would you still go through that's the way I played it for every game, so I didn't do anything differently. Might not have done it exactly correct, but I didn't do anything differently. So thank you to Bernard Strom, Michael Canestari, Sports Time Machine, K-Fan, Highlight Heyday. Check out all these wonderful channels. D. Scott Howard, Dwayne Martz, Legends Sports Universe, who's going to be on the channel pretty soon. We just got to set up a date and time. World's Worst Gamer. Harvey Couch, thank you for all your help. Richard Atoni. Lots of people. We had a lot of fun here. King Twang Gaming, check out his wonderful channel. The Cubs, the Bears. And again, thank you to Bernard Strom for the super chat donation. Greatly appreciate. Goes right to the channel. Helps out buying more games and stuff for the computer to keep our channel rolling. David Selinsky, thank you. Jim L, thank you. Rabid Wolverine, thank you. Cleve Baseball 879, check out his wonderful channel. And I think we got everybody. What a fun game that was. And just like in real life, the Red Sox fall in 7 by 1 run. Stay safe, be smart. Again, if you enjoyed the stream, hit that like button. It's very important to help out the channel. Hit the like button for people you enjoy their streams or their videos, because it helps out their channels. And we're trying to grow my channel, trying to grow the community. It's very important to hit that like button. That's the way YouTube works. So, if you haven't subscribed and you want to, hit the bell for notification. If you do subscribe, definitely hit the bell for notification when we go live and occasionally upload videos. We're going to try to do a little more of that. We have I'm hoping to have a couple of chats with Al coming up in the near future. And we'll have a little more on that tomorrow. Until next time, stay safe, be smart. Greatly appreciate everyone's time. God bless. I love you all. And peace. The Reds win in a wild Game 7, 9-8, to take the 1975 World Series 4-3, just as in real life. History Maker Baseball, at least to me, is a lot of fun as I continue to learn all the nooks and crannies.